Ha ha.
Speed meet into action.
I don't know what to call this. I was going to say fire noise, but I guess this is drip drop.
Drip drop.
I don't know. Drip drop.
Drip. What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 261 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
And I'm Scott.
And we are the STS Guys, sometimes whenever we feel like a podcast, where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. What's going on, Scott?
I'd say it's been a week, but it's been a month?
It's been a few weeks.
We need to get a bumper and to be like, instead of it's been a week, I need a second one that says it's been an undisclosed amount of time, right? So, but because I like it, I'm going to hit the button anyway.
It's been a week.
It's been, as Scott has said, it's been a few weeks. But how's it going, buddy? I haven't talked to you in a while. So
what's
going on?
It's been interesting, right? Summer's coming around. Stuck at home with the kid. I say kid, but I have multiple now kids. But it's been good. I do have one story though, I have to say. So we've talked about slick deals quite a bit on this channel, especially as it comes around to Christmas time and things like that. But there is a chef's kiss slick deal that I found the other day, and I had to be pretty quick because they got rid of it. But so if you're not aware, Amazon has the little where you can click the button and do like the coupon clippings, right? And they'll have like things. Apparently, you can set it up where it doesn't take the percentage off of the new price, but it stacks percentages off the original price of these coupons. So shopping on Amazon the other day and looking through slick deals and find this thing. I was like, I've always kind of wanted a drone, but I didn't want to really spend the money to get like a DJI, right? Mm-hmm. Which is effectively, I mean, that's the one that I do want, but it's expensive and I want to make sure like I'm going to enjoy this. So I was looking at the little handheld droney drones, right?
Drone real quick, just because I haven't seen her in a while. Nicola, what's up?
What's going on? Hey, how you doing?
And Manny, what's going on?
Manny, what's going on, everybody?
Shout out to the chat. I said, it's good to see you.
So
can't wait to see you. I said in San Diego, Nicola.
That's coming up here soon.
Yes, it's coming up.
Okay, so I digress. So go back on, find this little drone, go onto this slick deals thing, and find out that there's this thing where you can do the stacking coupons, and there's like 4 20% offs and 1 50% off coupon. And if you're doing your math correctly, off of the original price, that's more than 100%. So I got myself a free drone.
Nice.
It's one of those little handheld things. I do need to figure out like an old phone to put the app on that I can disconnect from the internet and things, because it is like an app and it's like not on the Play Store. Like you have to use the APK to get it. And I was like, that sounds like identity theft.
That sounds like some country wanting to
steal my information. So I need to make the fake accounts or whatever and put that on an old phone, and that'll be the phone that does the camera and everything. But so I haven't really played with it yet because it's like, I don't think I want to install this. But so that was the thing that I bought the other day and I didn't buy it, I guess, but I swear to God, it was not going to come in, because it was one of those things where it was like $0 in the checkout thing. It was like checkout, and it's like order processed. And I was like, there's no fucking way they're going to send these out for this. They're going to cancel this. They're not going to send out for free. And then sure as shit, there's like a shipping notification from China Post. And I was like, I guess they are.
I am quite familiar with China Post.
Yeah, right. So I was like, they actually shipped it. And when I got it, the first thing I did is zipped it open and was like, holy shit, it is the actual drone. So yeah, did get myself a free drone the other day.
Nice. Congrats.
So it was why you need to slick deals is chef's kiss, because there's some of that shit that you
I am
find.
glad that I was able, because I said I will take credit.
You
for
are
it.
you are
I
you are
turned
the
you on to that.
originator.
I
You
am the
showed me the
originator.
way.
The slick deals. Like I said, it is slick deals. I said, as Scott, so we've talked about on this channel a lot. Like it is literally part of my daily routine. It is. I get up, go through a couple of emails, see what's going on. I said, all right, have my cup of coffee. Very first time I hit slick deals in the morning just to see, hey, I said, if there's anything on there that catches my fancy. Like I said, because I said, you never know. I said, like I got something off slick deals the other day, because again, it was kind of a stacking situation as well. Like all of my power tools are like the Ryobi tools, right? And so it's gotten to a point in time where I've had these tools for like the last 5 years. So the batteries start to basically like not really hold a charge anymore after 5 years, right?
Oh yeah, after that point, those things are shit.
So they have Home Depot has this thing called Ryobi Days that's going on right now. And so where you could basically like, hey, you can buy batteries, and then basically it's like, oh, you can get a free tool. What it doesn't tell you, they said you can create basically additional batteries as a free tool. So I was able to basically get 6 of these Ryobi batteries for $40. And they're normally like $80 a piece.
Oh yeah.
So
it's kind of like something I had, because I kind of have the same thing. I found a really good deal on like a Craftsman set one time. So I have like the Craftsman tool set.
Yeah.
And very similar situation where they had a thing where it was like, if you buy the battery, you get a free tool. But they had like a coupon thing. So I was like, wait, for really cheap, I can get this battery and then load up on more tools. Sold. How many fake email addresses for the one per customer can I abuse? And it was 3.
That's hey, you know what? If you can stack them, do it. But yeah, no, that was my recent slick deals purchase. What else has been going on, man? Like I said, is that the major news for the last few weeks?
It's like a month. Yeah, no, I literally have not done shit, to be honest with you. Y'all were all doing fun things and enjoying life, and I sat at home playing video games and watching TV, as a good man approaching his 40s should.
Hey, I'm already there, buddy. So I said it's all it's cracked up to be.
Well, as you know, there's not much. I don't have much time left.
No, so I'll go. I had a few stories. So I said I made this show. I think last time I was on the podcast, right? So I'm I haven't been at work, because I've been working. Well, I said, and Larry said, no, I'm still employed now. I am still employed. But no, so my company, I said one of the benefits I said for working is, I said, every 5 years you work there, in addition to the normal PTO you also get basically a 30-day free paid, basically, I said time off.
It's a sabbatical, right? It's exactly, it's what it is. It's a sabbatical.
Yeah, you get a sabbatical. So I, and like I said, it's crazy that I've been out in Texas for over 5 years now. I've been with the company. I said the company that I work for, I said over 5 years now. It's bonkers. So the time has actually flown by. So I hit my eligibility to take my sabbatical. So took the time off. I'm like, hey, what am I gonna do? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do some projects around the house. I'm gonna maybe take a couple trips here and there, see what's going on, right? So very first week I said I was off. I said I went to Vegas. I said Vegas is always a good time.
Vegas is always a good time.
Oh, Vegas is always a good time. I said I'm there at least once a year. I said around April. I said sometimes I said to go a couple times more. Not so much I said anymore since I'm out here, but when I lived in Arizona, I was literally there every least.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was once a quarter for us.
Yeah, once a quarter.
We would cross. Sometimes we would independently plan vacations there.
No, exactly, right. So did that. I said I actually ended up redoing my entire upstairs. So I painted it. I installed basically some paneling, some LED lights. I said that I inset into the wall. It looks really nice. So
I remember carrying some of the old furniture out of the house.
Yep. So I said did that, and then I said I wrapped up the entire time. Actually, I said I said in Costa Rica. So
I have to say, because I know there's things that are truths that we hold to be self-evident, and I can tell two of them is that if given any opportunity, I will purchase a kangaroo and you will purchase a monkey.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you saw capuchins in Costa Rica. I am surprised that you did not grab one and throw it in your bag and bring it back with you.
Oh, hey, I've seen Outbreak. I know how that I know how that turns out when you grab them from the wild.
Right. You sent me that picture. I was like, he's gonna steal that fucking monkey.
So I said I was talking to Scott while I was on vacation, and like out of I think like I've been to like 17 like Caribbean countries. The one thing that I've never seen in the wild that I've always wanted to see is monkeys. And I finally saw monkeys in the wild. not only just one type of monkeys, I actually saw a couple different types of monkeys. So I saw some. I said, as Scott said, I saw some capuchin monkeys. This is little like ones that they're in The Hangover, and then they're in like the movie monkeys. Right? Like so they're always like
literally
the little helper monkeys.
When somebody says monkey, it's the monkey you fucking think of because they're in every movie.
Yeah. So I saw those, but then I said another type of monkey that we saw, and I said it'd be terrifying. I said at night. I said if you just ran into these things, we ran into howler monkeys. Like
loud as fuck.
They sounded terrifying. It literally sounded like basically so that scene out of Congo. I said when you very first enter basically the cave. This is the cave with the super monkeys.
Oh, the evil monkey cave.
Yeah. It sounded like that. Like I was like, holy shit, that is the scariest like said fucking sound I've ever heard. Like, but still awesome to see the monkeys.
Yeah.
Like, so the little howler monkeys.
Like I got it. Like I finally my dream achieved here.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, achievement unlocked, right? I said I finally nabbed that trophy. Like it's crazy, right? Like I said, I've been to so many different places, like I said, like in the Caribbean, like right, like so many different places, and that's the very first time I've actually seen monkeys in the wild. So like it was. Is
it just like? Is it because you go to because you do cruises all the time, and that's kind of where you're going with all these different things. Is it just like the islands don't have big monkey populations, or is it because you're going to like cities? Like I wonder why, because I thought you would see them more often,
right?
Yeah.
So like I've done like stuff like in the jungle, like I've done stuff like I said on the coast, in the cities. Like I said, I've done a mix of stuff, right? Or like at some point in time, I said I would have seen a monkey. Well, and here's the thing. My thing is, I said monkey in the wild. Like, I've seen monkeys. I've seen monkeys like monkey sanctuary. They said, monkey, like, hey, like you can go like with the monkey, right?
Like a monkey tour, and they're literally in like a cage room
in the wild.
Yeah.
Like basically, like, hey, backyard squirrel as to us, as as monkey is to, like I said, in the fucking rainforest.
Yeah.
But yeah, so finally saw monkeys in the wild. And then apparently it was like mating season. So one, there was a whole bunch of monkeys, but then two, like I said, the other thing that was mating was like I said a whole bunch of the caimans. So like the crocodile alligator things,
little mini crockies.
Dude, there were so many of them. So the best way I could describe this thing that we went on is basically like imagine Jungle Cruise but with real animals. So like we went on this jungle cruise. It's an adventure. I said
down a river,
like this jungle river. Like I said, rainforest river. I said adventure, and then like I said there was tons of freaking animals. Like I said all along this river. Like I said it was a really good time.
Did the guy have a stupid hat and make jokes on the boat? Like he
didn't speak English, so he could have been making jokes. I just didn't understand them.
He was like, I don't speak Spanish, buddy, but you point at stuff and tell me about it. I'm sure I'll get one or two words.
Yeah. So that was cool. I was able to understand some Spanish though. So it was my first time using Meta basically has a partnership with Ray-Ban, and so they have basically these Meta. I said these Meta Ray-Bans, right?
Yeah, they
So
have
little
the
cameras.
cameras.
So, however, I said there's actually an open beta right now where you actually can utilize the cameras and basically said embed it with AI, and so it'll do translation, like I said, through the speakers. I said
That's pretty cool.
either visually, so like you can basically ask it saying, "Hey, so what does this say in English?" and it'll actually tell you, or it can basically do it like audio, so it has a microphone, so it'll basically, "Hey, capture the audio," and then basically tell you what it says in English.
Yep.
So
I got a new phone. I got the S24, and it has something similar for phone calls.
Mhm.
So if I'm on a phone call with somebody that's not speaking English, I can hit a thing of like translate, and it does the thing where they like talk and it translates it and then sends me the translated audio.
Yeah.
And it fucking technology, man, is ridiculously cool lately. Like there's some cool shit coming out.
Oh, it's absolutely crazy. So yeah, so that was cool. So I wasn't completely lost just in Costa Rica. Like I said, I was able to utilize some translation and some different things, and like, but it was a good time. It was a good time. I said we went Jungle Cruise, just chilled back. I said all inclusive resort. I said, and then came home. And then I said, so right before I went back to work, so this was like my first week back at work, went and saw one of my favorite comedians, Bert Kreischer, The Machine. So like so he had a show at the Moody Center. It was his last show of the tour. So like he went crazy long. Like he went almost like 3 hours.
Oh shit.
Like it was a long bit and long stand up. So he was basically like practicing stuff for his like Netflix special that's coming out. Like I said, he
trying out new jokes.
Like he's trying out new jokes, trying out new this, trying out new that. Ed, did he keep his shirt on? No, he did not keep his shirt on. So next to that, he literally took his shirt off literally within the first 2 seconds of him getting on stage.
It's the thing, right? He comes out and just immediately plops it off.
Well, then, so there's so kind of like, like how like basketball games have the kiss cam. So his shows have the shirts off cam. So literally, I said everyone's like I said
bunch of
it's going around
the audience are taking their
everyone's taking off their shirts. Like it was great. It was amazing.
I didn't realize there was audience participation.
It was basically so instead of the kiss cam, it was basically like, hey, the shirts off cam, and everyone's literally taking off their shirts.
Oh,
but yeah, so I said it was a good time. So it was a good way to wrap up. I said wrap up the thing, and I said it wouldn't be. I said it wouldn't be. I said a timeless part if we didn't have a new addition to the family.
Oh no! I gotta wait.
I
gotta hit the button. Where'd it go? They move these things around. There.
That's hot. That was hot. That's hot. That is really hot.
We have Daredevil in the house. I said in his ketchup and mustard said origin suit.
Yeah.
So
it's got the good.
He looks pretty cool. I said got a good rendition like Charlie Cox. Like it looks really, really good. So
yeah, I gotta say, like I didn't like.
I hated the show,
She-Hulk, that much. But to see Charlie Cox in the Daredevil suit that was that OG, post Man Without Fear suit was, and bring that to life was nice. I did appreciate that out of anything.
No, I said it's literally the only hot toy I got from that entire series. I said that they actually came out with a She-Hulk too. I didn't order that one. But I knew as soon as they announced the Daredevil, I'm like, I had to have the Daredevil.
Yeah, the suit is good. Like I like the all red suit from the Daredevil show, but I don't know, having that OG comic accurate like suit with the right coloration was good.
I said, Manny says, is that cap interchangeable? You're talking about as I said, there's actually a full on Charlie Cox head sculpt that comes with.
So it's either mask on, mask off, right?
Yeah, so it's either mask on or mask off, and it comes with his little like red glasses too that you can put on him. But no, I had to just go for the. I said I'm not gonna have the Charlie Cox thing. I had to go with the Daredevil mask. So with him looking slightly down, looking like slightly pissed off.
Yeah. It's the classic Daredevil pose, right?
Yep.
Like it looks. No, I think it's awesome. I think it's rad.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Like it's been a whirlwind of stuff, and I said other than that, just been catching up on TV shows and different things like that. Like X-Men 97, literally probably the best thing that I've watched on Disney Plus ever.
Yeah.
Like ever.
It's good to bring it back, right? You get the
well, just that, and then just like man, it's like they basically like sprinkled in basically like, hey, guess what? We're gonna have the X-Men cartoon, but like let's have like some like extreme like anime power, like anime, almost like anime style like power. Like freaking, they made freaking Cyclops. Actually, they said OG like powerful Cyclops,
right? Where it's like it's not just like a little like it's like it's literally condensed concussive force that comes out of his eyes. Like it should blast fucking anything away.
Yeah, freaking Magneto. I said it was great. Just the storyline. I said it was fantastic. Like it is, like I said, hands down the best Disney Plus anything. I said that's come out on Disney Plus.
I'll say yeah to that. Like
out of everything. Manny said X-Men Morph was incredible. Like no. Morph, like I said, Morph, the way that they handled Morph was basically a built-in cameo. He was a built-in cameo for everything. I said the different people that he's in, and then Magneto was great in there. And then, like I said, everyone's seen it. I mean, it's finished. Like everyone's seen the final episode, right?
Yeah.
So spoilers, like I said, if you haven't seen it all the way, the fact that we actually got an animated version of it, basically freaking Magneto ripping out, basically, I said
adamantium?
Wolverine's adamantium, freaking awesome. Or that freaking, like I said, Wolverine freaking gutted him. I said before he did it.
Yeah.
Like,
which the adding to like, because that never happened in a comic, you know? Like,
oh, it did. It did.
Gut?
So, like I said, that was literally ripped out of the pages of Fatal Attractions.
Oh, that's right, with the claw thing. But I was like,
yeah,
always mix up the Ultimate one where he just does it.
Yeah, and so like it was like I said, hands down the best Disney Plus show that's out there. Like,
here's the problem that I have, and we'll go through this because in the comics, you had the no adamantium, which was really cool for a while, and then people thought we got to make Wolverine cool again. We're going to make it so his healing factor goes wild, and we had that stupid caveman looking Wolverine for a while. So if we can just skip over that portion of it, I think we'll be good.
No, I think we will skip over that because of the teases. I said for season 2. So like I said, like in the comics, I said after the whole, like I said, caveman Wolverine, I said we got, how we got his adamantium back was through Apocalypse. Apocalypse basically gave him his adamantium.
Put it back on.
And so like, basically said we saw the teases, basically the 2 different times of Apocalypse. So basically, hey, we get future Apocalypse, and then we get basically Abba and Ansur, which is the way I said, like I said, Egyptian. I said origin Apocalypse. So no, like it was, like I said, here's the thing. So I didn't watch it until it was all the way, the entire season was done. For a couple different reasons. One is like, I just didn't want to be disappointed. I said, and I'm like, I didn't want to be disappointed in the show. I'm like,
that's hard with. I mean, that's the name of the game with Disney Plus, though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I just didn't want. I didn't want to be disappointed. And then secondly, I'm like, with all like the initial controversy with stuff like, oh, then like changing characters, this, that, and the other. I'm like, so I don't really care about that. But it's just that I'm like, okay. And then they fired the creator. I said it before they even aired. Like, but now, right? I'm like, now seeing the entire season, I'm like, dude, you bring this.
You bring that back.
You bring that guy back.
The thing is, we are not alone in thinking this, right? Like, I've looked online. Everyone has said like this is probably one of the best things Disney has put out in a long time. Like, Disney would be stupid not to go back and tail between their legs and go bring them back so they can make more, right?
Yeah,
of this.
It was shockingly good. Like, it was incredibly shockingly good. And then I said, on top of all of that too, right? I said, you got all the different cameos. I said of different things. Plus, I said, you had like, now that basically I said, you know, Marvel, I said Disney owns Fox. They can play with all the toys in the sandbox. So you had the cameos of Iron Man and Captain America and Spider-Man and and everybody else, right? Like I said, it was
gang all together.
Yeah,
right?
Like I said, you can literally do whatever you want in animated form.
Which leads it to believe is that because we could do the backstory for Rogue, how she can fly.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you actually can have Captain Marvel around.
You can literally do all that. There's so many different things that you can do since you basically have the entire sandbox now.
Yeah, all the characters.
Like, it was, like I said, hands down, really, really good show. Another show I ended up watching. I think it actually just came out this week, or maybe last week. It's still super, super new, so I won't go into, like I said, a whole bunch of details and spoilers. But for those of you who like the show Squid Game, there's a show on Netflix called The 8 Room. I think it's called. I think it's called The 8 Room. The 8 Show. I'm sorry, The 8 Show. So here's the thing. So The 8 Show, it's listed as a comedy. It's not a comedy. It is basically a version. It's a twisted version of a Squid Game type show. So if you like Squid Game, definitely check out The 8 Show. You will really enjoy this show if you like Squid Game. I watched a couple episodes and then literally ended up actually getting hooked and then just freaking binged right through it. It was fantastic. Got some twists and some turns and some different things that happened in that show. I said I won't go in too much since it's still a brand new show, but The 8 Show. Manny, it's with the number 8, The 8 Show. Yeah.
It's The 8 Show with the number 8. So effectively, it's 8 people in a building. They all have debts similar to Squid Game, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just reading it because I'm just reading this thing. And they're basically told they just have to live alongside one another in this weird apartment complex thing.
Yep.
Right. And then shit goes sideways, as we'll say, is what I'm gathering here. So it's like Squid Game and like the real world kind of meshed.
Yeah, like I think that's a good comparison. But then it's like the entire environment, right, is fake. So this isn't a spoiler. So I'm going to mention one thing that happens in the show, but it's not a spoiler like for anything. Like, so for example, right, like every room, I said in the apartment, it's just a room. So they're like, hey, guess what? You stay, and then I said the contestant basically gets every passing minute they get basically money. So like, oh yeah, I can get money, and then you can utilize that money to buy things that you need. And so some of the contestants, right? I'm like, oh, I don't need anything, so I'm just going to sit here and stack the money. However, like I said, if you do need something, it comes basically what they call it at a special rate, which is basically 100 times more than what it costs in real life. So they're like, oh, I don't know how that's going to work, but like, okay, I can live without stuff. But then it starts to kind of go like on like, hey, at some point in time, you have to go to the bathroom. Like, there's no toilets, there's no toilet paper, there's no bathrooms, there's nothing. So like, you can just kind of see where this goes,
right?
like where like it gets so crazy to where basically like, yeah, they start basically bagging their shit like in the thing. Like yeah, just watch the show. It's 8 episodes. You'd like it. Jamie, what's going on?
Definitely will be jumping on there. So it sounds interesting, right?
It is definitely interesting. Yeah. And if you like Squid Games, you will definitely like this show.
Yeah. It's right up my alley.
Yeah, it's got so much weird stuff in it. Like it completely, like I said, it's Netflix has been knocking it out of the park with, like I said, the Korean dramas. But like I said, it's labeled Korea as a comedy. I don't see how this show is a comedy. Like
it's comedic how good it is, right? Like, no, dude, Korea's been killing it with their, I'm gonna say, media lately, right? Their TV shows, movies, that sort of stuff, fucking killing it. In fact, we were talking about X-Men, and I wanted to bring up something that I had texted you back and forth about, and I think this is a good transition here, right? Is for anybody who hasn't seen it, go, like, when you're done with this, go to YouTube if you're not already on there. Manny, I know you're on YouTube right now, so like, go through and find this. Search up a thing. It's called Logan the Wolf. For anybody who hasn't seen it, came out like a week ago. It's like a little 12, 15 minutes, something like that, short movie, like fan film about Wolverine, but if he was a Viking. Cool little what if scenario, right? And dude, it is honestly better than, you talk about Disney and like the X-Men 97 being better than anything Disney Plus has put out. I would say this is better than anything Disney has put out post Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah. It
is for 12 minutes. First off, Manny's already watched it, right? If you watch through, it has a cool little like intro thing. It's pretty much just one big fight. And it's him versus like 12 people. And starts off, like Viking weapons, and they do a little fight, and then the claws come out and people start getting like, it's gory as fuck, right? People are disemboweled. He literally like claws somebody's like jaw off at one point. Does the little like both the claws through the head, like slam down into the ground thing at one point. He's actually like the actor they have is 5 foot something. He's actually like Wolverine size, which is also great for everything. Like, they knocked the damn thing out of the park. Phenomenal graphics, great fight choreography. And it's a fucking fan film. Like, it was just like a bunch of people out in the woods making this little like, what if Wolverine was a Viking movie? And I've watched it like 10 times already because it's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's like, Scott texted me about this, and I'm like, I saw this thing. I'm like, it was absolutely bonkers. Like, I would literally watch an entire show with this. Like, the proof of concept this is like, so for example, like, dude, like, it's just like, it's the stuff that you want to see like in fights, right? Like, so like, for example, like I think early on in one of the fights, right? Like, so Wolverine gets freaking speared, or like the Viking Wolverine gets speared, and then he literally brings a dude's head like into his chest, basically stabbing him through the spear. Like, right, like
using that as a weapon.
Yeah,
gets the person behind him stabs him through, and he uses it to kill the person in front of him.
Yeah, like, it's visceral. Like it's great.
He does the death fake out at one point. Like for anybody who doesn't watch it, there's not really spoilers. He does the fake death out or fake out death, right? Where they stab him a whole bunch of times. He falls down. And they start to walk away, and then obviously he gets back up, and you see the healing factor, but it actually leaves like a scar, which I thought was pretty cool. Like we don't see that normally with Wolverine, but it actually like goes in, and you see like an actual scar on his face where the wound was, and it's
but then you like said that fake out death, and you just see the claws pop
up right from the under the chin thing with it, yeah. And it's somebody put it right. There was some comics where you see where somebody was like, this is how you need to do a Wolverine fight, right? When you have 12-inch claws, that's your primary means of attack, and people aren't getting splattered all over the place, and there's clearly something wrong with you. This fixed it. Like you said, cutting dude open, his intestines fall out at one point. Like it is utterly phenomenal fight scene, and I won't spoil it's visceral. I won't spoil the end. It's cool. They have it's a great end or whatever. We're just talking about the first like I said, I'm looking at it right now. It is 12 minutes long. We're talking about the first like 7. It gets better from that point on. I want more, and I need the big box office people to look at what these people are doing. Like that's how you need to make movies.
Well, I'm just looking at it right now. Came out 8 days ago, 2.1 million views already.
Yeah. Oh, already. Yeah, it's huge. But like, it's the direction. Like you need to have mostly practical effects, right? Which this had. Like obviously there was some CG to make stuff go, but it was mostly practical effects and good non-choppy fight scenes. Like they had people that knew how to fight were the characters, and they were doing fight choreography. And it was like a drone that they were flying around, right, doing the filming. So
I'm just reading some of the comments, right? Let's be honest. The fight right here is better than 90% of the MCU fights.
Yeah, 100%. Because there's barely any cuts. It only cuts when you need to have it moves to have him do something gory to somebody else again, right? Like the cuts work, but they're not MCU. It's rapid cut, because your actors they're using the actors and they don't know how to do stage fighting, right? So
then they're also, to put this in perspective, so this YouTube channel, when they dropped this video, they had 3,200 subscribers. Now they have 55,000 subscribers to their YouTube channel in 8 days.
In 8 days. Yeah.
Like, it is absolutely insane.
Yeah. It is shocking how good it is.
Well, and then like I said, I'm hoping, right? Like, so like as this kind of gets more popular, right? Like more and more popular, it's gonna catch the eyes, right? It's gonna catch the eyes of Marvel. I hope Marvel, like I said, doesn't like try to like shut this type of stuff down, right? Of like intellectual property, this, that, and they're like, I said, because here's the thing, they don't mention Wolverine, they don't mention anything else, they don't mention any of that. Like I said,
the only he says his name is Logan.
Yeah,
and he calls himself the Wolf.
Yeah,
based on the title, right? So, because why would he call himself a Wolverine in Scandinavia where they don't have Wolverines?
Exactly. So, but like I said, here's the thing. This is where I think this is where like the MCU and some of the directors and Disney they can take a page like hey, guess what? You did great. Why don't you come consult or do something for I said for us, right?
Or just to learn.
Yeah.
Watch this and go, oh, we should be doing shit like that.
Yeah, that's what people want.
That's
literally what people want.
Yeah, like, oh, cool ass fight scenes and new concepts, right? Because this is something completely different from what you would normally see from like pretty much anything, right? Wolverine, X-Men sort of stuff, right? The whole Viking thing was a cool twist to kind of see like a good what if, right?
Yeah.
So
well, it just goes to show you don't need like hundreds of. I said you don't need millions of dollars. I said to make good quality content, because it reminds me of because of every movie nowadays, right? Like I said, if it doesn't make millions of dollars, I said it's not seen as a success. That's why I really, really love and appreciate the Terrifier movies, right? So like I said,
low budget.
I said the first movie had a budget of $250,000. Second movie had a budget. They're like, you know what? We're gonna go all out. We're gonna double the budget, $500,000. The movie ended up actually making millions of dollars in the theater. All practical effects. It was great.
Right.
I said, it was absolutely fantastic.
You make a bunch of million, and you get that money, right? You don't have a big budget that you just wasted. So you make, even though it was 200 some million that it still made, the second one. So that's still a shit ton of money based on its $10 million budget, I think, for the second.
Exactly.
So
exactly. And then the second thing, and I think I said that the YouTube short kind of provides this as well. Put a no. I said if they can act and they can, I said, and they're good at it, it doesn't have to be a name that everyone knows.
Yeah, you don't have to get
a
star.
Dude. It could literally just be as long as they have the qualities to be able to do it. It could literally just be a dude. It does. You don't have to pay Joe Schmo actor millions of dollars. Like, oh yeah, you know what? Just because we got this person, like said, that we have to basically pay him. Like you could literally, as long as the storytelling is good, it doesn't matter who you have in that role.
Yeah, it's a character, and that's the thing. I do have to give Marvel credit. They're obviously not doing very well at this, but somebody did say at one point that with Marvel is they were trying to get away from the concept of the actor and the character as one and the same, and trying to be it's the character. Focus on it being the character, so that if we change out the actor, it shouldn't matter because it's just the character, right? We could replace Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man and still have Iron Man movies if we do it that way. Now, they keep hiring big, huge stars to repeatedly play the character. So they're very, very badly at it. But they understand the concept, which is a good starting step.
Mm-hmm. No, exactly, right? So I'm hoping, right? Like I said, just put something out with nobodies. Like I said, it could be literally nobodies. And as long as it's good storytelling, it doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter. I said if they're a household name or not, right? I said this just put them out there, and just don't try to fit stuff in the story that doesn't belong in the story, right? So again, right? I'm I don't want to get into politics and stuff like that. The whole I said it's kind of the whole Assassin's Creed debacle that's going on right now, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you have. I said the Italians. I said in the Italian game, dude. Like I said, you know how long I said Japanese people have been waiting basically I guess someone from them. I said to be able to actually be in one of their games, and they basically try to basically kind of. I have no problem. I said with diversity or stuff like that. But I'm come on. I'm feudal Japan. I'm you're gonna
with the Yaosuke, a real person.
Yeah, which is a real person, right?
But it's an Assassin's Creed with the things I have is it's samurai.
Yeah,
an entire class. They're going to be a part of the assassin order of the honorable fighters are going to be the ones doing the thing. I want to be the ninja. Sorry, but I'm you know me, I'm gonna get the game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play. I'm if I have the choice, I'm just playing as the ninja because it's a fucking ninja. Give me ninja. I want you stop making Tenchu games.
Yeah.
And now you have an Assassin's Creed, which is probably the closest we're gonna get to a Tenchu game.
Or I don't know, side tangent. Give me a new Ninja Gaiden.
Those are hard as fuck. I just the Tenchu games were basically Metal Gear Solid back in Japan. Give me more of that. But yeah, no, it's the same thing. It's let's just take a concept. Disney kind of did it with Werewolf by Night. A little one-off Doesn't have to be a full movie.
Yeah.
Just give me a little self-contained story. Beginning, middle, end, whatever. Doesn't have to relate to anything. Just give me content. That's what people want. I don't need 50
Good
fucking
story.
sequels to
literally
everything.
good content with a good story.
Yeah, that's it.
Content with a good story.
And going back to the short, like I said, it's 12 minutes and it tells a complete story. You get an idea of the character through the whole dialogue, the fight, everything like that. Then there's a little, dialogue towards the end. And it wraps up phenomenally and makes you wanting like more, right? Yeah. And still managed to set it up for like, we might make a longer version of this because this is clearly a fan film. Let's see if we get sued. And if we don't, we might make a longer one. But it's, again, utterly phenomenal. I cannot say anything bad about this film. And that's hard on like a fan film to be like, I didn't see anything that I disliked.
It was shockingly good. I said for what it was. Like, I am literally shocked. Like I said, for how well it was made. And just like, it's just, I said, Godfrey Reichwart. Like I said, that's the channel. I said, bravo to you, sir. I said, keep up the great work. That was, I said, you did good. You did good.
Yeah. I'm trying to see just a couple like random movies or little like short films that they have on the page too. Nothing like super crazy. Then all of a sudden drops this fucking Wolverine thing and blows up. So yeah, kudos. It is stupidly good and stupidly well done.
Well, it reminds me of I said that one Batman short from years ago. Do you remember which one that I was talking about?
Oh,
the one that has like said freaking Predator in it.
Yeah. Yes. That one. Yeah. It's kind of a very similar thing. Yeah. Like, I mean, people make fan films and throw them up online all the time. And it's not to discredit any fan films because that's how you get better and you can write stories and things like that. But some of them are crap, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's just by nature of being a fan film, they're generally pretty crappy. So when I heard one that people were actually doing like full-on reviews for, it caught my interest. Like, let's just say, I was like, why is everyone loving a fan film? I haven't seen one of those, but you're right. That Batman Predator one from a while ago, very similar, right? Where it just kind of popped up out of nowhere and everyone was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Like, it was, yeah. I looked up that Batman fan film. That was, man, that's crazy.
What, Batman Dead End? That was like
Batman Dead End. That was 21 years ago.
Was that when that came out? When was
2003.
That? Damn.
It premiered at San Diego Comic-Con July 19th, 2003. Holy crap, that makes me feel old.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that old. But yeah, 2003, 21.
Yeah, because I remember that because it had the Predator thing and it was him with the goofy fucking had a goofy alien, like a goofy xenomorph.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about now. It took me a little bit to
yeah, where he's freaking taking out the Joker, then all of a sudden that's what the freaking Predator shows up.
Yeah, Alien, yeah. Manny also brings up like low budget, you get like Blood and Honey, you just wear the fucking rubber mask that has no.
Well, that and then here's like, and now I said we've got something dubbed the Pooaverse.
Yeah, right.
The Pooaverse is official.
Let's move on to that. All right, we're gonna shift gears. We've got to talk about this real quick. Yeah, because we have Blood and Honey 2, which came out, which we'll probably talk about around Halloween time, because I'm assuming that's going to be our Halloween movie that we pick. unless, because I can't remember when the Bambi one comes out. I don't think that's going to be in time. I don't think that's this year, is it?
I don't think it's this year. I'm trying to look at it right now. I'm trying
Bambi
to
the Reckoning.
Sleeping Beauty. Peter Pan. There's a Pinocchio. There's a Tinkerbell one.
Basically, go through all classic literature that is in the public domain and fucking
and then
making
apparently
a horror version of it.
Well, then here's like the best part of it. Apparently, like I said, sometime in 2025. I said they're gonna bring all these characters together in like an Endgame style movie.
So it's releasing on Halloween. So yeah, we'll have to do Blood and Honey this year, and then we'll have to talk about Bambi, The Reckoning afterwards. Yeah, I mean, dude, to be fair, Peter Pan, I'm going to go with the thing, has the ability to actually have, I mean, it just in general, it has some horror elements, right? Just by the nature of it, right? If you go with the original concept, right, you have some pirate that kills children on the island, but there's also the whole thing, like, I don't know if you've read all the books and shit, but there's one book that makes an illusion that basically the pirates are the lost boys that grew up, right? Mm-hmm. And it's an alliterates to it, but it's not proven. But it was shown that Peter Pan, when he brings the children to Neverland, when they grow up, he just fucking kills them. Mm-hmm. Like, that's why they never grow up, is because he fucking kills them when they get too old. And so you also have like evil child kidnapper. Like, the concept of like a horror movie Peter Pan would be great.
I am looking forward to a horror movie Peter Pan because I can only imagine, Manny, Peter Pan kidnapping kids.
Yeah, if you read it, it's there's several books about it or whatever. One of them implicitly was like, oh yeah, he just literally kills the children, like kidnaps them and kills children.
Yeah, so I'm reading the quote from the director. Similar to the Avengers, we will follow Pooh, Tigger, Rabbit, Owl, Piglet, Pinocchio, Sleeping Beauty, Bambi, the Mad Hatter, Peter Pan, and Tinkerbell joining forces to wreak havoc.
I mean,
here's like,
it's if it works, it works. Like, I mean, they're awful movies, but fuck, I'll watch it.
Madam Web did not get my money. That movie will definitely get my money.
It will get my money.
That will get my money. 100%. I will go and support that movie.
Yeah, it's not going to be a good movie. Oh, but it doesn't pretend to be.
It'll be terrible,
that's the thing.
But it's going to own it. It's going to own it for what it is.
Like, everyone was giving that Blood and Honey movie so much shit because like it's so fucking awful, so fucking stupid. And be like, you don't think they knew it was fucking stupid? Like they have said it from the beginning. It was the dumbest idea they could think of, but they had to be first because it was in the public domain.
Exactly. Like I said, you think, like I said, it's I can literally tell you exactly how, like I said, without even knowing the backstory. I can tell you the backstory. How it came out. There was a whole bunch of friends getting drunk, talking around like, you know, what'd be awesome? Like, you know, next year when Winnie the Pooh goes in the public domain, like, what if we went around like murdering people? And they're like, whoa, we should totally make that movie.
Let's do it. Yeah,
let's do it. So they totally went around and made that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I said, Manny, you thought it was hilarious. I liked it too.
I very much enjoyed it, but I will speak truthfully. It's not a good movie, but it's not meant to be. And that's the thing that a lot of people miss. It's not meant to be stupid.
Not trying to be a AAA blockbuster movie.
No. It's literally I think it's kind of thing is like we're making a movie about a murderous Winnie the Pooh. What the fuck did you expect? Right? Yeah. Like we're not going for an Oscar here, people.
Well, it's just like I said the Terrifier movie. I keep going back to Terrifier. I freaking love the Terrifier movies.
Yeah.
It's like the Terrifier movies. They're not going. I said they're not going there to make a whole. I said if they were out to make money, like so they're in the wrong business. They're not trying to make money. They're trying to basically do stuff that they're going to have fun with. and then just to see if they can do it and see what they can get away with. Like Scott, you've seen Terrifier 2, right?
Mhm.
Like literally the first maybe 3 minutes of the movie, like you have basically someone who's basically taking a dump all over the floor and basically someone getting freaking butchered. Like, just like I said, just to see if they can get away with it.
Right. It was back in the day, like Trauma.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you go back and go to the roots, like some of the old Trauma films were the same way, right? Like they're just carrying on that tradition of we're going to do shocking shit that just barely was allowed by censors. And we push the limit of what they would say yes to.
Yeah. That's why I'm looking forward to Terrifier 3 coming out in October. That also happens to be a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And people are all open arms already because apparently they're going to kill a whole bunch of kids in this movie. But you know what? They're going out and having fun. I will go and see that in the theater just because, guess what? I've seen the last two in the theater. It's tradition. I got to stick with it now.
So, yeah. All right. It is 11 our time here. So we don't have Larry here. This is what I was going to say. So we neither of us can show like a villain. So
everything's the best.
Everything's the best. So I'm just going to hit it. Just because.
And you know what? You know who our family is? The chat. The chat is our family.
I don't have friends. I got family.
I knew where you're going with that.
Yeah, there we go.
So everybody, fucking Jeremy, do your thing. I don't know how to end this without Larry.
So for episode 261 of the STS Guys, I've been Jeremy.
And I'm Scott.
Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.